one thing I wanted to go over a little more is calorie counting. What is calorie counting? How does it work? How do we use the app? Calorie counting just means you are staying in a set range of calories for the day. 1,200, 1,300, 1,400. So that is what calorie counting is. Macros takes it a step farther, where you are looking at the macronutrients you're eating. It sounds like a big fancy word, but all it means is food is divided up into different categories: fats, protein, and carbs. So we look at each of those. Every time you input something, say you scan this drink and put it in the app, it's going to say you have 16 carbs, you added 0 protein, you added 0 fat. Each thing we eat has different nutrients in it. If you have a big steak, you're going to be adding a lot of protein. If you add a protein bar, you could be adding protein, fats, and carbs depending on what you eat. Don't get too caught up on the protein, fats, and carbs. The first thing I want you to focus on is the total calories you're consuming. Once you get the hang of tracking your food, we can take a look at the macronutrients. The first goal is just like tracking what we're eating, seeing what we're eating, seeing how much we're eating, getting the hang of like, this is what a portion of food should look like. This is what our meals should look like. So say you're at 1,500 calories. You could do 3 meals of 400 calories, and then 4, 8, 12. Then you'd be left with 300 calories where you could have a snack, or you could have a little sweet treat, a Greek yogurt ice cream bar at the end of the day. If you have 1,500 calories, you could do 3 meals of 500 calories. It really depends on you. And if you schedule things out, I feel like it makes it easier. If you're like, this week I'm gonna have protein pancakes for breakfast every single day, I'll have this for lunch, the beef and potatoes, and I'll have salmon and asparagus for dinner the next 4 days. If you type it all out in your app the next 4 days, and then maybe you play the snacks a little loose so you have some calories to play with, or if you get a craving for something, you can do that too, where you input things ahead of time. So that's the way that part works. So once you get a hang of doing the calories, we start looking at the macros. So the first one I want you to pay attention to is the protein, getting over 100 grams of protein a day, which means each meal, each snack needs to have protein. Every meal should be based around protein. You're having breakfast, it's eggs. You're having your coffee, you're putting the collagen protein powder in it. You're having oatmeal, you're putting protein powder in your oatmeal, you're putting peanut butter in it, you're putting chia seeds, flax seeds, whatever it is to make the meal have more protein. You're having protein pancakes, you're having tacos, you're having fajitas. It's all based around meat or eggs or some protein, cottage cheese, Greek yogurt. The next macronutrient we could focus on would be carbs. Once you get the hang of having every meal based around protein, you could see, oh, my carbs went way over. And you can actually click on the carbs button at the top of your app. I'll put a little thing up here so you see what I'm talking about, and it'll show you these are all the foods you ate today that had carbs. So you can start seeing, oh, I had mac and cheese for lunch and I had french fries or whatever you had. Maybe you shouldn't be having those options, but I never tell people don't have this or don't have that. I just try to say make healthier choices, make nutrient dense choices. I really try not to say food is good or bad. I just look at it as nutrient dense or not. So a piece of cake isn't going to have a bunch of nutrition, but a banana, oatmeal, or, broccoli has a lot more nutrients in it than cake or candy. So that's my spiel on that. Now, how to use the app. This is how it's gonna make it easier for you. If you're the type of person that is into routines and into eating the same thing over and over again, it would be a good idea to input the recipes. There's a button down here. I will show you because I can't remember the name of it. It might be more, or it might be food, but I'll have it down here. And if you click that, you can input the entire recipe. So if you're like, I eat 2 eggs for breakfast every day with a side of Ezekiel bread and 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, put that as a recipe. So when you go to track your food, all you have to do is go to the favorites at the top or custom and click add that breakfast. Another thing you can do is anything that has a label, I can't speak, you can just scan it and it'll upload to the app. those are ways to make it quicker. And I know in the beginning it's very frustrating. You don't know how to use the app. You're looking up every single thing. Everything you make has 100 ingredients and it's taking forever. But I promise, since I've been doing this like a few years now, it takes me 2 to 3 minutes to input the entire day. I really recommend inputting as you eat or before you eat. Before you eat is even better, because then you can see, oh, if I eat this, it's taking me way over my calories. Or if I eat this, it's putting my carbs, like skyrocketing them. And it'll help you make better choices as you eat. If you do it after you eat, you're like, well, screw it, I just messed up the whole day. Which, don't have that mindset. We're not here to get an A+ on this or an F. Like, we're just doing our best and we're learning new habits. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to touch on. Make sure you're tracking your food, all of it. That's how we're going to lose weight. 8 to 10 pounds a month is because you are tracking your food, you're being diligent. And I'll give a little recap of how to use the app, how to add food, how to set it up. In the beginning, everyone's is set at 35% carbs, 35% protein, and 30% fat. I do adjust them accordingly. If you feel like you're at a plateau or you're not losing weight, I will adjust it from there. Now, everyone always puts 2 pounds weight loss a week. For some reason, Chronometer, if you're using Chronometer, puts people's calories extremely low. So I always change it to 0.75 pounds a week weight loss, because if you put it at 2 pounds, you'll be starving every day, and it has everyone at like 800 calories or 1,000 calories. We don't want that. And if you ever at any point feel like you're hungry every single day, no matter if you're eating all your calories, or, make sure you're eating all your calories if you're going to tell me this. But if you are hungry and you are eating the max amount of calories every day, message me. We can up your calories. I always put people's activity level at low activity. People with moderate and extreme activity levels are bodybuilders, someone in construction work, or like manual labor. If you are working a desk job and going to the gym 3-4 times a week, I would still put it at like a low activity level. Because when you put it at these higher levels, it just puts your calories through the roof, and it's going to make it a lot harder to lose weight. If there's anything else that you have a question about, message me. I'm always here 24/7. The best way to get a hold of me is Facebook Messenger. And that's it from me now.